Hey board gamers, BJ from Game Gumbo here, back on the breakfast. This time taking a look at a game from an IP I absolutely adore. It's Ted Lasso, the party game from Funko Games. Do you believe? I believe. Let's get right on the table and see how it plays. And the object of the game is for the players to work cooperatively to score 45 morale before the end of 4 rounds. The morale is tracked here on the score tracker in this beautiful representation of Nelson Road Stadium where the Mighty Greyhounds do play. We've got a soccer ball that we can actually roll into the stadium. You'll play all the cards of a particular color that you have in your hand and then use those cards to do actions on the board. The actions are simple. There are only 3. If a coach is at one of the locations, you can look at that location and let's say, oh, I forgot to put Sam Obasanjo's out here. You'll look at that location and see if your cards match up. You can play those cards to match the symbols. In this particular place, I'm playing quality time to match that one. I can play a card to move the coaches around, and I want to do that because wherever the coaches are, that's where we can play cards. And the final thing you can do in your turn is to play any of the rest of your cards to play into self-care. All right, so the round is finished. We've played out all of our cards, and then what we do is we check into each location to see if we've matched those things up. Now, obviously, we haven't in this case, but let's say that we had a blue and 2 yellows over here with Sam, and then let's say we had 3 or 4 more cards over here, and I'll show you what happens. So going to Sam, he's in Rebecca's office. He's looking for 2 yellows, a blue, and a red, and we've got those here. That means that I've matched, the players have matched up, you know, given inspirational speeches to Sam to satisfy him at Rebecca's office location. That would give me 2 rolls of the morale dice. I total up the 2 rolls, and that's how far we move the tracker. If we get the red 1, that's a great one because it's kind of like the exploding dice. It allows us to keep rolling, and the total is what we have here. All right, if we don't finish it up and we haven't played any cards to that location, then unfortunately we're going to have to put out more of these tiles. And where do they come from? All the tiles come from the famous biscuit box that Ted Lasso gives to Rebecca each morning. Those are the biscuits on the back. That's the trouble tiles that are placed out. So if we don't get any cards there, we'll have to put some more trouble tiles. But if we do, we'll get those bonus points we'll get those points as we go around the morale. And some of the cards actually give you bonuses. For instance, Rebecca's card here says that if you end the round and Coach Lasso is there, you're going to score 2 extra morale. The last thing to look at is we've got the self-care cards. Remember, I've been dropping some cards there. At the end of the round, for every 5 cards you have here, you can also spend those to boost up one morale. Now you can play with a little bit of Lagniappe, and that's one of the things that I like. It's got these event cards, and you draw 4 of them out of the box. There's a whole box full of them, and these are going to mark the timer in the game. But each round, they're going to do something different. For instance, maybe First Day Jitters adds trouble tiles, or maybe Coach Beard's date night. You have to put Coach Beard laying down that night, and that's the only location he's going to be doing that round. So as you can see, these add a little bit of fun and flavor to the game. All right, so that's Ted Lasso, the party game, a fun game from Funko for up to 6 players. I really like the cooperative real-time element because it's not so long, it's not so stressful, and it really does bring in a lot of the thematic elements from the show. You're going to recognize the characters and the settings, and they've got these little touches, you know, the biscuit box with Rebecca, that's neat. And I like the Lagniappe too, those event cards that come out. If you play them, you're going to find that they add a lot to the game. They'll give you a little boon or make it a little bit more difficult, but it's a fun way to keep the game fresh each time you play. Until next time, laissez, bon temps, rouler.